deserve it all.
Can you describe the playoffs in one word?
Gosh, one word? I can't really put that into one word. Can't do that in one word.
Playoffs?
That gives you chills.
The playoffs mean everything. Exciting. Crazy. Electric. Intense. Physical. Fierce. The grind. Desperation. Sacrifice. Fearless.
It's war.
Passion. First time in your life. How close have you come to the cup?
I haven't been in the playoffs yet.
Literally about as close as you.
We haven't made the playoffs yet, but I want to win the Stanley Cup so bad, so it's coming.
Not close at all. First round exit every 3 years in a row. Just to the second round, Game 7. Unfortunately, we lost in Game 7 to go to the conference finals. That was a tough one there.
And lost in the conference finals.
We came 3 times real close, but none of them worked out well.
Lost in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Close. Really close. 3 wins close.
Really close, and still after 2 or 3 years in my head. I've been 1 game away from winning the Stanley Cup.
Not close enough. Pretty close. But close isn't good enough.
As close as it gets. Gone all the way.
All the way.
Gotten pretty close to the cup.
If I'm Stanley Cup champion, I hold the cup, drink with the cup, do everything with the cup.
I've kissed the cup. It's the coolest thing in the world. You've won one now. Is one enough?
One's never enough.
No, it's not enough. No, you always want to win more.
No, it's never enough. Once you've won once, you want that feeling every year.
I think it would be even more special, go through all of these down times to get back there and win it again.
I need to get as many as I can before I'm out of here. I won't pull.
Twice is good. But now everybody in the same lane again. You never know what's going to happen. Or everybody get a chance.
Chad, hello everybody, welcome inside the EA studio. My name is Colin Spence, and alongside with me, Megan Fitzpatrick. We will have her shortly as we get her geared up, ready to go for this pre-game performance. It's the Tampa Bay Lightning visiting the defending Stanley Cup champions in the Florida Panthers. The Panthers finishing 1 point ahead of the Lightning in our simulation in the Atlantic Division. It's an all-Sunrise State battle here for the Battle of Florida. I took Florida in 7. I think this one's going to go the distance. I just think Florida, you can't bet against them in the first round. Back-to-back Stanley Cup champions, have been to the playoffs 3 years in a row. As much as I would love to see Tampa get to the second round, because I don't love Florida as a Leaf fan, I gotta go with the smarts here and go with Florida with the experience. And Megan, welcome back into the pregame show. More playoff hockey. It is absolutely phenomenal that we get to do this every day. You picked Florida in 6. Tell me a little bit why you picked Florida in 6, not 7, and why you didn't go with the Lightning again for our fans who didn't see our pregame show.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's great to be back. So for me, I went with Florida in 6 because I just think their defensive structure has been so solid all season. And look, the Lightning, they have the offensive firepower, but the Panthers, man, they just grind. And now experience, like you said, 2 cups in a row, I think that makes a difference. So I just feel like Florida, they're going to have a little bit of extra edge in those tight games.
I think so too, but John Cooper has definitely got his team ready to go. And I mean, this is a battle that we wanted to see for a very long time, and we've got to see it a few times in the last recent couple of years IRL. But I'm excited for this one for our simulation. Vasilevsky and Sergei Bobrovsky, they get to play against each other again. Two Russians, two lifelong friends. They get to battle it up here in the first round. What can we expect out of those two here tonight?
Oh, for sure. I mean, this is such a fun subplot. Vasilevsky and Bob, they're both just absolute walls in the playoffs. I think, honestly, we're going to see a couple of highlight reel saves. And the way these teams know each other so well, it could be a real chess match, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of those low-scoring, tight-checking games, just hinging on one big moment.
I think fireworks too. I mean, Brendan Hagel, Matthew Tkachuk, they don't like each other already on a personal level. Megan, it's about that time for the pregame picks, and you and I both know we love the pregame picks. They are brought to you by Canadian Sportsbook. Bet on your Canadian Sportsbook dealers here live today on any NHL Stanley Cup playoff, on the NHL, on the Canadian Ontario-wide sports book. Megan, who do you have winning game one here tonight?
Yeah, so I'm sticking with Florida for game one. I think they come out swinging in that home building, and I just feel like they're going to set the tone for the series. So give me the Panthers by a score of 3-2, and I think it's just going to be a battle all night.
I agree with you. I think it's going to be a battle. I'm going to go Tampa tonight. I think Tampa has less pressure on them, and I think they come in, and I think they win. I'm going to say 4-2 Tampa Bay. I know these two goaltenders probably won't give up much, but I think it's going to be a 4-2 Tampa victory. Megan, one more. You know what, Megan? Actually, give me the keys to victory, brought to you by the Discover, the official credit card of the NHL. Give me Tampa Bay's 3 keys to victory here tonight.
Absolutely. So for Tampa, key number 1, they have to stay disciplined on special teams. If they can win the power play battle, that's a huge edge. Key number 2, they need a fast start. Take the crowd out of it early, set the tempo. And key number 3, Vasilevsky has to steal them at least one save or a big moment, just like he always does. If he shows up, Tampa's got a real shot.
Alrighty, and on the other side for Florida, what are their 3 keys to victory?
Yeah, for Florida, it's all about controlling the tempo. So key 1, they need to dictate that pace early, keep the puck in the offensive zone, and just wear Tampa down. Key 2, they've got to get production from their depth. Look for players like Sam Bennett or some of those bottom 6 guys to chip in. And key 3, stay patient. If Tampa gets a lead, don't panic. Just stick to the system and they'll get their chances.
Alrighty, Megan, great analysis as always. Thank you for the breakdown. We have the call for you. Myself and Bob are in Sunrise, Florida, where Tampa Bay Lightning comes into town to face the Panthers. Puck Drop is next. Here, we will take you live into Florida.
countdown ticking time starts
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sunrise. Colin Spence alongside of Bob as we are ready to go here in Florida as the Panthers take on the Tampa Bay Lightning for round one, game number one of this Stanley Cup playoff series. Reinhardt gets the first shot of this series. Tampa is in their red homes, Florida is in their red homes. Tampa is in their away whites. Florida will be shooting right to left on your radio dial and your TV screens. Tampa will be shooting left to right on your radio dial and your TV screens. As Points got the puck, feeds it over to Victor Edmond, and he will skate it in over the blue line. Tkachuk, a lead feed pass to Barkov. Back onto the stick here at Matthew Tkachuk, who will hold. Plays it around the blue line. Continues to hold the puck. Plays it back to Forsling. Down low, broken up there by Gensel. Defending Stanley Cup champions. Back in the postseason again. Ekblad looking for the lead feed pass. Broken up there by J.J. Moser. Feeds it across. Can't turn that one around, and now Ekblad will have the puck again for Florida. Feeds it over to Sam Bennett. Trying to pump it over to Marchand, and it's Nikita Kucherov now with the puck. He will rip it play down to Cirelli. Lost it there to Forsling. Nice start to this series as we thought it would be. A little bit physical and a little bit of a chess match as Marchand plays it out in front. Broken up there, and Marchand will continue with the puck. Back to Ekblad with a shot. It hit a body out in front and didn't go on net to Vasilevsky. Now a 2-on-1 for the Lightning. Here they come, a shot. First save for Bob is poked away as don't get Bobrovsky fooled with my broadcast partner, Bob Sutherland. Is Bob, hello, welcome in to lovely Sunrise, Florida. It's been a really good couple of days, and now it's time to go to work. Colin, I've really enjoyed getting pumped up for these series. I'm so excited for this one. And so the Lightning, a shot stopped there by Bobrovsky. We're going to get our first power play of the game. It's going to go to Tampa as Seth Jones gets the stick in the feet there of Brendan Hagel. And now Tampa Bay gets an early power play in here, game number 1. Lindell lines up with a faceoff. He wins one back to Kulikov, and the first power play of this series is brought to you by the NHLShop.com. Find all the merchandise for your team and every other team this Stanley Cup playoff run at NHLShop.com. Here's Kucherov in, and a good stop there by Bobrovsky. Can't get it past Forsling. A little chip over to Kulikov. He'll send it out to the point, but not past the blue line. Back in front, a shot. Stopped there by Bobrovsky, and he'll hold on. Sergei Bobrovsky, couple of big stops. First one on Kucherov is a big one for the Panthers. Yeah, he stays square to the shooter, and that shooter being Kucherov, he doesn't get all of this save as it kind of hits his body. Good stop there for last year's Vezina Trophy winner in Sergei Bobrovsky. Another shot tipped in front. Bob got a piece of that one. And now Gensel can't get the puck controlled, and the Panthers get it out. Third best penalty kill in the league was Florida this year, compared to the Tampa Bay Lightning, who finished second. Kucherov, a little slide-in shot, stopped there by Bobrovsky. And the league's best power play is not in this series, but the third best power play in the league is, and that's the Tampa Bay Lightning shot. Great save by Bobrovsky. Megan said it in the pregame show that we would see a 10-bell save, and Bob just gave us one right there. Here comes Pontus Holmberg trying to skate in for the Lightning. Good forecheck, gets the puck back, a shot off the post, they score! Corey Perry, the new addition. A power play goal for the Lightning. As the third best power play in the league play gets the job done. Well, it's Pontus Holmberg on that forecheck. He starts this play by not giving up on a 1-on-2 puck battle, and then gets the puck out to Corey Perry. Holmberg actually draws a penalty here. Let's look at that reaction for Coop and his team. You and Megan talked about it in the pregame show there, Colin. Tampa Bay needed a quick start to try to get the life out of this building. Lightning will remain on the power play as they score with a delayed penalty. Marchand will send it down the ice, and if you were watching earlier on the Twitch TV network and the YouTube channel, you could have seen the Columbus Blue Jackets fall to the Capitals. Here comes Barkov, short-handed. Stopped there by Vasilevsky. That's the Panthers' second shot of the period. You can see that the Columbus Blue Jackets fell 2-1 to Washington. That's because of a first period that was a disaster start for Columbus. 3 straight penalties for Columbus. Washington only scored 1 power play goal, but they played the whole 20 minutes shorthanded pretty much. Big hit there by Seth Jones, and Samoskevich will send the puck down the ice. I like the penalty kill for the Panthers. That goal on the power play. At the very end of it, 2 seconds left in the first power play. Panthers got a little bit lackluster, but so far, decent penalty kill for the Panthers. Good puck mark here by the second power play unit from Tampa Bay. Sam Miskevich gives it over to Ekblad, and he will chip one down deep. 35 seconds to go in the second power play here in the first period for the Tampa Bay Lightning. This power play also brought to you by the NHLShot.com. We get a whistle. 1-0 Tampa leads it. 6:10 to go here in the first period as we take a look at Aaron Ekblad's physicality. Can it wear off as the Panthers look to bounce back after one power play goal for the Lightning? You're watching the Stanley Cup playoffs here on Twitch TV, Flow Hockey, and YouTube.
LEMCRO KEON
ORR.
We're back here in Sunrise at Emirates Bank Arena. Every letter of that commercial has been earned. Stanley Cup champions, Mary Lemieux, Sidney Crosby, Bobby Orr, just to name a few. Penalty coming to the Panthers. Tampa will head right back to the power play. Balinskis touches it up, 5-on-3 for the Lightning. With 12 seconds left of that other penalty, they will be heading on a short 5-on-3. So the Panthers in some penalty trouble to start this first period. As Listerainen tries to dig in, can't. Paul wins it back. A shot, they score! A shot from the plate! Darren Radish shot it. Oliver Bjorkstrand with the deflection out in front, and the Lightning have got 2 power play goals, and they have a 2-0 lead. What a deflating goal for the Florida Panthers. This is an absolute beautiful face-off win. Nick Paul jumps into it and wins the puck back to his defenseman partner. And John Cooper loves it, but look at the reaction from the Panthers bench. Not good. Paul Maurice not happy. He's got the iPad out already. The Florida Panthers, this building is silent. Tampa still on the power play for a whole minute, 55 seconds. What a hit that was as they dumped the Lightning member into their bench. And now Lightning will restart a 5-on-3, the first one of the series. It ends in the back of the net. 2 goals on 9 shots for Tampa Bay. Now Forsling's got a chance to get something going for the Lightning. Short-handed! Good stop there by Vasilevsky on Barkov. Really good work there by Forsling and Barkov. Look, here they go again. Barkov trying to find the shot he can and point. Gets that puck knocked off of his stick. Jones will go back for it for Florida. Tampa changing. Marchand's got time and he will hold it. Marchand up to Barkov as he will send the puck down the ice. John Cooper said that his team are the ultimate underdogs. Even though they finished 3rd in the Atlantic was a gauntlet. Those are the exact words from head coach John Cooper. and they believe they are the underdogs of the East. As the puck gets played out, over to the goal scorer, Corey Perry. Saved there by Bobrovsky out in front, and he will hold on and get the whistle. 6 seconds to go here in the first period. Face-off one, Bjorkstrand with a shot. It's steered aside there by Bob, and that will kill it. So finally the Panthers are back to even strength. Belinkas back on the ice. He's got the puck. Here's Belinskis. Back on to Mikula. Fires a shot. Point-blank stop there by Vasilevsky. Shots are 12-4 in favor of the Lightning. Face-off one there by Tampa Bay. McDonough pressured there by Samoskevich. And Vasilevsky will just smother the puck. The one thing about the Panthers, yes, they've been killing for most of the period. Haven't really had a lot of zone time and pressure. But now the big boys that haven't had a lot of ice time, well, they're ready to go for Florida. They rested. So maybe you see a push here from the Panthers late in the first. Big hit there at the blue line, and now here comes Samoskevich again. Drops it back to Erog. A shot, rebound, and it was Vasilevsky falling over. What a chance that would have been for for Florida. Rodriguez lost it, and now Gage Gongalves tries to play the bleeding pass. Celerine got stop, rebound, and another great save by Vasilevsky's opponent Bobrovsky, as that is offside at the Florida blue line. What a save by Sergei Bobrovsky to keep this a 1-0 Tampa Bay lead. Anthony Cirelli was in all alone. Fantastic stop. And then on the rebound, Gage Gongalves tries to bury it. Hit off of a shoulder pad of the defenseman. And then bomb with a stellar blocker save. He's had himself a first period. Final minute of play of the first period was brought to you by Tim Hortons. Make your picks on the pre-game Tim Hortons app. As Sergei Bobrovsky making multiple stops here in the first period, but a 2-goal Tampa Bay Lightning lead takes us to the first intermission.
positive and enduring economic benefits.
Trying to get to that wraparound spot. Shane's got a long pass up in the zone. Scores! All that action inside the Ottawa line. Cup final for the second year in a row. And here's Yager with the puck. Yager, nice move around Brent Sutter to the backhand. Lets it go. He's gone. Individual.
Second period about to get underway here in Sunrise, and Paul Maurice probably spoke to his team, and I would assume he said stay out of the flippin' penalty box, but you never know what was said in those intermissions. We bring in Bob Sutherland. Bob, what do you see so far here in the first period? Wait a minute, here's Brendan Point! Stopped by Bobrovsky. Well, I was gonna say it, but you beat me to his name. Sergei Bobrovsky has been an animal, like he always has been, and he's kept this game somewhat close, letting this game still be 2-0, because if not, it would be 4 or 5-0 by now. Lightning doing a good job getting behind the Florida Panthers D as Reinhart flipped a sneaky one on net, steered aside there by Vasilevsky. And Braden Point now back in his defensive zone. We'll play it up over as Radish takes a hit. Reinhart plays it back over to Ekblad. Finds it onto the stick of Gustav Forsling. Feeds it back to Reinhart. Just pumps the brakes. Spins. Fires. Tipped in front there by Bennett. Good chance there by the Panthers. Kucherov will play it up over to Point. Plays it back to Gensel. Steered aside there by Jones, and he fights off Jake Gensel and plays it up the ice. Bennett across to Mikkola, who gains blue. Mikkola tries to get deeper into the zone. He can't. Radish does a great job defensively. Big hit there on Radish by Mikkola. Here come the Tampa Bay Lightning. Nick Paul. Here's a chance for Hagel. Couldn't bury it as Bobrovsky with another stop. For Hagee. Holds it. Plays it back on to Marchand. 63 in red. To Sam Bennett with a shot. Stopped there by Vasilevsky. Much better start for the Panthers here in the second period. Vasilevsky with a massive stop for the Lightning to keep this a 2-0 game. Florida starting the second period off much better than they started the first period, as they were in the penalty box for most of the time. McDonough, his second go-around here in the Stanley Cup playoffs with the Tampa Bay Lightning. He's back behind the cage. He takes a hit. Bjorkstrand, big hit there by Kulikov on him as this series starts to get physical fast. Bjorkstrand, a goal scorer tonight. Chips the puck in deep. Balinskis is on it. He feeds it up over to Evan Rodriguez. Rodriguez down up top to Lindell with a shot. He hit his own teammate. Lindell, Kulikov, Balinskis fires a backhand, tipped in front and went to the corner. Cirelli takes a big spill. Here's Samoskevich to Balinskis, and a good stop there by Vasilevsky. Tampa starts to get on their heels as Florida is pushing. Trying to keep the puck in there with Samoskevich. Balinskis with a big hit on him. The shot count has narrowed out. 16 for the Lightning. 10 for the Panthers. Lister right into Balinskis. Tries to tuck one through. He can't. Jurgensen. Hit there by A.J. Greer. Now it's Gage Galvez. Takes a big hit at the blue. Paul works his way in. A shot in the slot. Good save there by Bob. Gone Galvez. Back up top to Paul. Steered away there by Ekblad. And the Panthers survived that Lightning attack. Here's Gadvich. Down low to Listerainen. Back to Gadvich. Holds. Tries to skate in front. And it's slid across. 3 minutes to go here in the second period. Not a lot of whistles for a second period of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Game 1. Sunrise, Florida. 2-0. The Lightning lead it. Here's Listerainen. Nice move. In. Pumps the brakes. Couldn't get it up top. Jurgensen takes a bump. Paul tried to feed it across, broken up there by Ekblad. Was trying to feed Matt Tkachuk, and he couldn't. Here's Point. Hit there by Ekblad, and we're down to the final minute of play. Brought to you by CCM All Out. Here's Gustav Forsling in! And a good shot was steered aside there by the defensive core of the Lightning. Hedman to Radish. Poked away, 3 seconds to go. One final shot, good save there by Bobrovsky, and that will do it for the second period of play. We remain 2-0 for the Tampa Bay Lightning. We are through 40 minutes here in Sunrise. The Panthers looking for their first goal of the 2026 Stanley Cup playoffs here on Twitch TV, YouTube, and Flow Hockey.
How good the team is defensively as a team, that becomes man-on-man.
Bouchard, 3 big goals in the first round. Here comes Ovechkin. Ovechkin with a shot. He scores!
Was that spectacular?
Into this second overtime. Gretzky had it, lost it. Eisenman picks it up. Eisenman moving. Blue line chance. Steve Eisenman! Raising opportunities in the attacking zone, and it's a one-shot game. Malkin throwing is out. Oh my word! Evgeny Malkin, spectacular for the hat trick. Shot deflected to the near side. Line set up by Tangata Haydu on the power play. Sakic fakes it, takes it, scores! Joe Sakic, power play goal. 3-0 Colorado. It's over there. Bronson for Detroit. Controls to the outside, shove him, he scores! With 3:01 to go in the third. There's pick up a loose bucket center. Here comes Forsberg again. He's going to force. Moves it through the legs.
The situation would be right as Peters heads off right now. Hextall stops it. Flips look out. Down the ice. Will it make it? He's got a chance. He's got it! Yes, sir. Yes. The first time ever it's happened in the playoffs. Ron Hextall with 1 minute and 2 seconds to go.
Third period here in Sunrise, Bob. These fans are anticipating a goal from their Florida Panthers. The last time Florida was shut out on home ice in the playoffs 3 years ago. Unbelievable stat there. So they're expecting fireworks here tonight. I think they're going to get it. I think Florida's building. I think they got a little tight at the start of the first period. I think they just got a little emotional with the Battle of Florida. I just think they're going to settle into the game. They're going to find a way to try to bury one here early in the third. Barkov loses a draw to Braden Point, and quickly up the ice are the Tampa Bay Lightning, who, when leading this year in our simulation, they are pretty much unbeatable when leading. Here's a turnover. Point and scores! Braden Point's first in the postseason gives the Tampa Bay Lightning insurance. 3-0 Bolts. Really bad play by Ekblad. He had multiple opportunities to elevate this puck. He can't. The Panthers get out of the zone before the puck does. Leaves Braden Point in all alone. What a pass by Gensel to see Point, and then right over the glove of Bob. 3-0 Tampa Bay. Massive hill to the climb for the Panthers. So Tampa Bay has buried another one, and what we were saying was Tampa is pretty much unbeatable this year when leading into the third period, and they've added some insurance. Here's Matthew Tkachuk with a shot. It got deflected. Bennett. Ekblad shoots. It goes high and wide. So a big shift from the big boys as Paul Maurice puts them out on the ice. Forsling with a shot. Steered aside there by Vasilevsky, who you knew you were going to get a good performance out of him this year, especially against Florida. Here's Forsling shooting. Stuffed there by Vasilevsky again. Tkachuk, great bounce back shift here from the Panthers. Ekblad, Kachuk shoots, and he got hit while he was shooting the puck, where it would have been probably a nasty one-timer. Ekblad couldn't feed it onto the stick of Sam Bennett. Nice move by Radish. A shot steered aside there by Bobrovsky. Forsling to Connor Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe in the middle, Marchand. Back to Verhaeghe. He takes a hit. And Tampa, another good defensive breakout by the Lightning. Steered aside there by Jones. One more poke by Marchand. Couldn't get the puck out, and now Yanni Gourde sends it in. 10:36 to go. Here's another turnover. This time, the Panthers will prevail. Marchand, nice move into the middle, a shot. Stopped there by Vasilevsky. Cirelli on to Hagel. Brendan Hagel now, poked away there by Mikula. Here's another pass to Hagel. Stopped there by Bobrovsky. Another shot. Steered aside by Bob again. Bob, what is going on with the Panthers D here tonight? Well, I like Tampa Bay's chances. They're just getting behind Florida's D. Florida's D's just look too nonchalant here tonight. Lindell holds, fires a shot. Saved there by Vasilevsky as he will hold on. We're down to 6:39 to go here in the third period as Oliver Bjorkstrand, one of the goal scorers here tonight, shows his physicality in the third as the Lightning lead it by 3. You're watching the Stanley Cup playoffs here on Twitch TV, EA Sports, and Flow Hockey.
Perfection is not unblemished. It's not pristine or delicate. It's not defined by any one name or achievement, but redefined each year by new names, new champions, new legends, forever etched into this scuffed and scarred yet still beautiful silver skin. It wears each scratch, each nick, as a badge of honor. A testament to time spent in the grasp of heroes. 125 years and counting. Perfection is this perfectly imperfect grail.
Face out to the left of Vasilevsky. A win there by the Lightning again. They've held the edge in the face-off dot. As Gongalvich back to Girgensson to Gongalvich off the post. What a chance that was. The Lightning just keep coming. Relentless from Tampa Bay. Rodriguez back to Lindell to try to find Rodriguez. Backdoor couldn't. Panthers just need something to go their way. They've got the goaltending, but they need something offensively to go their way. Reinhart works his way in. Stops up at the point. Fires a wrist shot. It hit a shin pad. Didn't even go on net. Holmberg was the victim of that block. Plays it over to J.J. Moser, who finds Girgensson on the tail end of his shift. All over Reinhart. Now all over Forsling, but he couldn't prevail the puck. So Sam Reinhart does, and onto the stick here of Barkov. Back to Reinhart. Shoots! And a save there by Vasilevsky again. Good hit by Barkov. Trying to reel his team back into something here in the third period. Puck sent down into the Tampa zone, but they're going to say it's icing Florida. We're down to the final minute of play, brought to you by the trusted partner in Honolulu Ocean. Book your trip as a trusted partner at Honolulu Ocean. Your next getaway is one click away. So a minute left. The faceoff is down in the Florida zone, so they can't pull Bobrovsky. They're down by 3. Ekblad has Paul all over him. A shot stopped there by Bobrovsky. He's going to send it out to Ekblad, and there goes Bobrovsky already. The Panthers haven't even got the puck down into the Tampa Bay zone. Now Kachuk does. He'll send it down into the corner. And now it's Reinhardt on the backhand. Stop there by Vasilevsky. Holy Mackinac, what a stop by Vasilevsky as an icing call for the Lightning. Andre Vasilevsky keeps it a 3-0 lead for the Lightning with that save right there. So a timeout was called by the Panthers to get the big boys out on the ice. But it's Tampa Bay who win the faceoff. Reinhardt tried to get the puck. McDonough doing a great job. Already down to 20 seconds left of the game, and this will do it. Tampa Bay Lightning are going to win this hockey game, folks. They're going to take game number 1 in a silent Sunrise Amerant Bank Arena. Tkachuk, backdoor play, broken up by Corey Perry. The game-winning goal scorer plays it up, and that is it. The Tampa Bay Lightning have stunned the Florida Panthers in game number 1. They've taken it 3-0. Not even a cheer in the crowd. Couple of boos, but a quiet atmosphere here in Florida as they get shut out for the first time in 3 years in round number 1 in the postseason on home ice. Bobrovsky played phenomenal and made saves that he really shouldn't have made or shouldn't have had to make. But a couple of monster saves from Andre Vasilevsky. This one being his best one to keep it 3-0 in the third period. Thank you everyone for watching us and joining in out on a Sunday afternoon in Sunrise. Tampa takes a 1-0 series lead. From myself, from Bob Sutherland, from Megan Fitzpatrick, we thank you for watching and enjoy playoff hockey as we send you to Dallas and Colorado next on the network.